Keiko, Brian, Miles. Oh, wait. That uniform, it's Deep Space Nine.
Yay!
The Jumjaw
The
tree.
Jumjaw tree.
Make fun of the Bajoran guy right in front of him there.
Really, it's very, very rare amber that you eat.
I don't know why they made those so big. It looks like it's a whole meal on a stick there.
Yeah.
Frozen Jello.
It's mainly sucrose, though.
Uh-oh, Keiko's mad.
Oh, he's going to give her the Jumja stick later.
Oh, she's just messing with him.
Banana. There's a banana in the background. Oh, there she's gone.
Hey, wait a minute.
That was a penis joke. Oh, he just got
I
it.
don't share my Jumjaw with anyone but you, dear. The wormhole. One of the most beautiful special effects on television.
Yeah.
So Keiko is now in her second career as a school teacher on Deep Space Nine after being a world-class botanist on the Enterprise. And
Except for the Borg Nexus, but never mind.
yeah. Oh, here we go. Kai Winn, or future Kai Winn. One of the best antagonists on all of Star Trek. Played by the incomparable Louise Fletcher.
That one little girl kind of near the front looks like she legitimately doesn't know where she is. I mean, not even as acting. She doesn't know how she got there.
She's a producer's daughter, and he's like, I'm just going to sit you right here, and you be quiet. Yes, so here we go. This is what Deep Space Nine is all about. Cultural conflict.
A lot of that going on lately.
Yes.
In the future.
Oh, boy.
You know, you can't just walk into a classroom, right? That's still inappropriate, no matter what culture.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically like a priest walking into a public school lecturing the teacher.
Yeah, that's kind of like my elementary school.
Also, I mean, you could relate this discussion we're having here to, like, theory of evolution in schools. And to the devil.
Oh, man, she would have been great in the 1700s.
Well, she's amazing. I mean, the whole character spanning all 7 seasons of the show, Winn is just the most evil, passive-aggressive B.I.itch in the universe. Like, she takes the cake.
Yeah. She has galactic bitchiness.
Yes.
That takes a lot to
level.
cultivate.
It does. Well, but she's a very complex character because she's driven by her faith, her need, to manipulate everyone on the show, when things get even more heated between her and another guy you're going to meet in this episode, Bareil, sort of the peaceful, mellow monk of Bajorans. Like, she thinks she's a true believer, and she comes from a very small sect of the Bajoran faith, because they have their different, like a lot of religions, they have their different denominations.
Oh, yeah.
Their larger faith.
They modeled it a lot off of modern Christianity.
Yes. And also, I would say Judaism and Tibetan Buddhism, too, because they also have many levels of belief and thought and levels of extremism. But I think it's one of the most interesting parts of the show is the way she tries to just seize power in the name of bringing her people closer to God, so to speak.
Yeah, she's one of my favorite kind of bad guys. I think I've discussed this with you before after we've seen like some of the X-Men movies and things like that. Mm-hmm. I love the bad guys that they aren't really a bad guy. They don't think they're doing anything wrong.
Right.
And not to the point that they've convinced themselves against that they're doing things wrong, but no, like that really is their faith beliefs. That really is their mission in their life. So they're not in any way bad guys. They're just not on the same path as us.
Right.
And they're unwilling to accept others' paths. And that's what makes them the antagonist, which I like because I don't. Some of the bad guys in Star Trek, I will admit, can be grating to me because it's like, oh, I'm obligatory bad guy. But no, bad guys like this, are
Like
just
all the movie villains, next gen movie villains, basically.
yeah. But these bad guys are awesome because it's like I'm a bad guy, but I'm not doing it on purpose,
Yeah.
you know?
But she, Wynn keeps showing up, and she keeps allying herself with people who she thinks will get her power that she needs to mold Bajoran society in the way she wants to. And yeah, she has such an impact on. I mean, that's also the greatest thing about Deep Space Nine is not just Wynn, but you have the best recurring characters like Garak and Nog and Rom. There's these people, because it's a big station with thousands of people on it. All these different characters are bound to just show up from time to time.
Yeah.
Oh, good. An engineer doesn't misplace his tools.
So is she like a skilled trades learner? Because he had to explain to her what one of the basic engineering tools was. So it's cool that she's doing a good job, but is it one of those things? It's like you answer the ad like on off of the television, or just like learn a trade in 60 days.
Well, that's kind of part of Starfleet's mission here, is to help the Bajorans, take care of themselves. So that's why they mix the crews here.
She went to DeVry. She's kind of a biatch.
Orthodox, red flag. Uh-oh. See, that's a good character development thing, is because, Kira eventually does not like Wynn very much.
So when I was young and I was done having my crush on Troy and Crusher, I had a crush on her.
Kira. I mean, you got Kira, you got Dax. Later, you would have Lita, the Dabo girl. She'd also be one of those great recurring characters every now and then. Well, and also Kira evolves because she's super tough in the first couple seasons, then she kind of lets her hair down a little bit.
Yeah. Deep Space Nine too. I think no one remembers that Deep Space Nine had some of the best damn Star Trek actors ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like they really got some talented ass people to be in the show.
Well, again, Garak, played by Andrew Robinson, who is best remembered as he's the Scorpio killer in the first Dirty Harry movie.
Yeah.
And was such a good performance in that psychotic role that he got death threats and stopped acting for a while. And then he played Liberace in a bio documentary about him. But his role, we need to do a Garak episode coming up.
Oh yeah,
he's amazing. And then Louise Fletcher, known to cinema fans as Nurse Ratched in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Just the queen of passive-aggressive, smoldering hatred.
Yeah, her bitchiness burns like that incense.
Oh, yes.
It's constantly releasing smoke, but it's just slowly burning.
And the way she always refers to Kira as my child, like so condescending.
Oh, she's going straight Space Mormon.
Yeah, she's going to grab his ear.
And there's a coin. Oh.
Because you're jealous.
Is that like looking into the mouth of a horse? Or?
It's like never meet your heroes.
Oh, that's so blue back there. Messing with the color contrast in the shot.
You have dishonored my Shaolin temple.
She's straight up threatening.
So she's gonna pull the "look what you made me do" defense, huh?
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
It sounds a lot like something a cult leader would say.
Mm. Well, it's my tool.
Wait, so that's a tool that can unlock security stations throughout the station, and you left it in an unlocked toolbox on a chair in an unlocked room with your busy work assistant distracted by a project.
Mm-hmm.
O'Brien. It's no wonder you're not on the Enterprise anymore. Tool locker. Yep, still there. What are those little dots flying around the station? Are those like asteroids or something?
It's Cardassian sensors. They're all wacky. Yeah.
Ew. Oh no. It's the
our-
Robinson's cat. uh It's not like it just grew legs. And O'Brien's like, no, interlocks can actually do that. Sometimes they grow legs and walk away.
Starfleet tool is unpredictable.
Man, remember the episode where Odo like lost control and kept like turning into that big old goo monster? That was a great episode.
Yes.
Little close. Conduit.
Irish accent.
Yeah, he lost the word there for a second.
They also pronounce the word capsule instead of capsule. We've got our sugary sex toys here.
They're in front of me.
We're going to get a little segregated here. Why I oughta...
Oh, whoa. Come on. Stop lifting there. Stop bringing up the stereotype, O'Brien. Come on, man.
I'll seek you.
I want an Odo action figure. I love
They're out
Odo.
there somewhere.
Oh, I can get one for like $5 on eBay, but I just haven't done it. I think it'd be pretty cool to have Crusher and
He can
Odo.
ride... I was going to say he could ride the Rancor.
Yeah, with Crusher. Yes, I have a Rancor, scale to Crusher Rancor with Crusher riding it with a tricorder.
You have a picture of Gates McFadden with the action figure, right? Or it's autographed some way. Right?
It's not my action figure. It's actually a set of action figures and a chessboard she chose for that photo shoot. She actually told the story behind it. It's pretty cool. It was her idea to do that exact shoot.
That's a very cool thing to have.
Yeah. Plus what she autographed.
All I have is an autographed picture of Nicole DeBoer as Ezri Dax in a promotional shot. It was a gift.
That's really cool, though. I'm jealous of that. Also, I hate to bring up Morrowind again today, but her hat looks like the Tower of Dawn and Dusk.
Her hat looks like her nose.
Or actually, sorry, not the Tower of Dawn and Dusk. It looks like the Temple of the Dissident Priests, which is appropriate. You know, a lot of those children aren't Bajoran, so...
No. Well, that's a little above fourth grade, which is about the average age of your students there. We report, you decide. Oh, yeah. Lots of effort there.
Why was King Arthur's page in that shot? Lord, Nice hair. See, she's not Bajoran. Oh, those are the only students
Those
left.
are the only human non-Bajoran students left. Yeah. Only 5 of them.
Oh, man.
Plus Nog. I guess they couldn't get Aaron Eisenberg for this episode.
I felt like me in my elementary school when they're like, will all the rich kids leave the classroom? And it's just like me sitting left.
It's more like me for kickball.
I still love her spots so much.
That's a great makeup effect for Trills.
I think it'd make a great tattoo for someone in real life. I think it'd be beautiful.
There's a time travel episode where she pretends it's a tattoo that she got in her reckless youth.
Yeah, I remember that vaguely. Yeah, I think it's stuff like this. I think TNG and DS9 are actually what made me love tattoos so much. I think is all like the markings and stuff people had. Why does he have access?
He tells the turbolift, "Take me to my dad. Take me to Dad's office."
Exactly 1 minute, no more.
Kira looks at him like Picard looks at kids on the bridge.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Oh, there's no metaphor there.
also, is it just me or is the jumpsuit he's wearing looks exactly like Apocalypse's original costume from the X-Men?
Yes. Also, if you thought Wesley Crusher's outfits were embarrassing, Jake Sisko got the shortest end of that stick.
That's true. He has a lot of them that are really goofy.
Especially in his younger days.
Isn't there one that has like big poofy rings on the arms? Or is that Wesley? That might be Wesley.
Careful, we don't want to get into a situation where we think the state has proven there's no God. You're getting a great education here, Jake.
It's just all interpretation. They could be exactly right, or they could be big, dumb, goofy goofballs.
All we know is the wormhole works and we need it.
Yeah.
Not the Cardis.
What else will we throw rocks through on the weekend when we're bored? My dad never held my hand like that when I was stressed. To me, that's weird.
Yeah.
But it's the future. Things work differently. Nice matte painting, by the way.
Oh, yeah, the scenes of Bajor, they always did a pretty good job.
His birds.
Looks like Naboo. It's very lush and got some ancient columns here, and domes.
And yet somehow that matte painting looks 1,000 times better than CG Naboo.
Yeah.
You threw a rock in the sacred pond, heretic! That was a cool way of having him enter.
Yeah.
You can get that plant for like $8 at Fry's.
He's like, "You want to give me your ear?"
No, I slap people.
Don't worry, I have more patience than most Bajoran spiritual leaders.
They have a very important thing about the ear, right? That's why they all have that. They all have like a jewel or some sort of ornament.
When
the ear is important.
When Opaka does it to him the first time, she explains that the their spiritual essence flows through that part of the body.
Kind of like the chi.
Which doesn't explain why that works on a human, but I guess it's all humanoids.
Well, it could be one of those things, kind of like, Vulcans just know that they can read neural energy from other species through their hand. Maybe, what is a logical nature for Vulcans is like a spiritual nature for Bajorans. You know, they have the same ability. They do it through the ear, and they see it as a spiritual conduit.
They're a little more, it's not as cut and dry as a Vulcan mind meld. It's a little more empathic and feelings. And
yeah, like you get impulses, emotions, memory, like you get all of it all at once. And it's kind of like maybe like a mixed grab bag. Wait, is he going to fall in the water? You should get on the other side of the railing, bro.
That's what railings are for. Oh. Ha ha ha. I see what you did there.
He's in the sacred garden, heretic.
Well, he's the emissary of the prophets, though, so He gets a pass.
Watch how I plant this. It's actually easier than it seems.
In gravel, Bajor is a strange place.
Well, I mean,
Well,
technically they are, because the Federation's official stance is that there is no supernatural beings.
But this episode, because this is the final episode of the first season, so but then it goes right into the first few episodes of the next season. Bajor is almost on the brink of civil war. Like, all the religious factions everything's just come to a head, and really reminded me at the same time what was going on in the real world was the Yugoslav civil war. So I think they took a lot from that as well, because it's all about ethnic clashes. But like Bajor, I mean, it's serious stuff. Deep Space Nine, man, that's what's so good about it.
Yeah, I think Deep Space Nine tried the same ethical and political things that TNG tried, but they played it more straight.
Yeah,
And I almost think that comes from the fact that TNG, they were flying through space. So, you kind of get you're flying through space on a rocket ship. It's got to be sci-fi E.
Well, the Enterprise, you visit a planet, you learn a lesson, then you go on to your next mission, right?
Yeah.
So you have the episode with the terrorism theme. That's all solved within one episode. But on Deep Space Nine, it's an story arc that goes over seasons of episodes sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, stuff smolders for a while, comes back.
Yeah.
Well, and I think it comes back to not only the fact that they're on a spaceship, but even if you look at it just mentally and ideologically for just the viewer, like you said, you go to one planet and you finish it up, you go to one planet and you finish it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our brains know that that's not those people's home, so we don't expect them to stay there, so the story has to wrap up in that 1 or 2 episodes,
Right.
But when you put it on a space station like Deep Space Nine, we have that comfort of knowing I'm coming back here. I'm coming back here every episode. So
Things linger.
things linger. You
Yeah.
can build a big story on something because you become comfortable with where you are. You don't have to get comfortable with the location in the same episode as you get comfortable with the story.
I'll jump ahead real quick. In the third season, right, we get the Starship Defiant. And then 9 episodes in, the Maquis send Thomas Riker to steal it because they've got information that the Cardassians are building a huge secret fleet somewhere. And they want to use the Defiant to destroy the shipyards. That plot gets foiled, but later in the season, that fleet shows up. It's real. It's the fleet that the Obsidian Order and the Romulans put together to go attack the Founders in the wormhole. So like that thing, like it's seasons long. Like you wait a few episodes and like, oh, it's back. It has a connection to another episode in the beginning of the season. That's great forethought on the writers there and the producers.
Yeah, I mean, no one really knows, but later on, in this series, the melted tool that they found in the Jeffries tube actually comes back into play. It has its own backstory.
It's the ghost of Ensign Aquino haunting the Jeffries tubes.
They all look at her. Come on.
Kira.
Come on. Man, if Odo could perfectly mimic people's faces, he would be like the coolest spy. Because he just literally just turns into the next person and strolls in.
Well, he's the best eavesdropper because he always turns into like a rat or a mouse to hide in a corner somewhere.
I think a few times he just turned into like part of a bulkhead.
Yeah.
He just turns into a beam. You can't tell he's there.
Apparently, he was getting murdered.
Well, I mean,
Great
you
line.
usually, admittedly, you are pretty busy when you're getting murdered. You don't have time for much else. She did it, didn't she? Because she's Bajoran.
Yeah, he figured it out. She's been suspicious the whole time, and there's also no other reason for her character to be here other than she has a purpose
Yeah.
on the show.
Well, plus I guessed it in the very beginning because of the fact that she had access to the tools and it was gone. It was pretty much like playing Clue. It's like, that gave it away.
And of course, Miles O'Brien is a Starfleet officer, so he's naive and trusting. Doesn't think anyone would ever betray him.
Yeah.
At least not someone he works with. Well, we do.
We're doing it right now. Because they keep trying to sleep with us. It's weird. It's something about our nose ridges. Like 10 seconds into a conversation, they're on us.
We see you as an occupying force. We just want you to get the hell out of our backyard.
Oh my God. He has like 45 head wrinkles.
Every line for a Cardassian he killed in the war. I'm married. But you knew that. I don't know why I said that just now.
Puts her hand on his ear and she's like, what's ridge riding?
No, that's just the religious ones do that. Not everyone.
Ugh.
Well, that was awkward.
Woo. I love the doors. I never stop loving the doors. They're so cool because they would actually work in real life. Yep.
Hey, Quark.
There he is. There's my guy. I also loved, throughout this entire series, I loved the fact that Odo and Quark being basically enemies kind of also made them friends.
Yeah, well, they rely on each other every once in a while, and
yeah,
sometimes Quark will give Odo a tip, and then he blames it. Like there's like a rule of acquisition that says every once in a while side with your enemies. It confuses them or something. Like,
yeah,
helps you do business later.
But it seems like they both legitimately they wrote the characters so well. They both legitimately enjoy the cat and mouse that they have going on forever. And they never overplay it. They never make it like the base of too many episodes. It's just fun, and it's a neat pseudo friendship.
Armin Shimmerman and Renee Auberjonois had such amazing chemistry together.
They did. I found it in my pants. Now, on that table, that is the spicy Italian oil.
Yeah, you get the oil and vinegar there for your bread.
Oh, not just that. You put some of that on your pasta, man. Oh, it's so good. Now, the yellow, though, is for an alien species. That's straight up sulfur. I wouldn't...
True, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't put that on your pasta. And then the
Gazorb like that.
Yeah. And then the red ones, those are just Red Hots. They're just cinnamon. They're good.
It's the Italian red pepper you get with your Pizza Hut. Odo's going all Hercule Poirot here.
He's good at what he does. However, whoever was lighting the shot, that background light has too much bloom over his face.
Yeah, a little bit.
Looks like he's eating a light bulb.
Also, unfortunately, Deep Space Nine and Voyager and Enterprise did not get the Blu-ray... Uh-oh. That interrupted me.
The Blu-ray transfer?
The same HD upgrade that Next Gen has had.
Yeah. Well, admittedly, they were the least popular in comparison.
Yeah. I bet Paramount just ran out of money and didn't think it would be worth it.
Well, I'm not sure about it. This is just a rumor off of an article I read. I have to look into some actual numbers, but apparently the Blu-ray release of TNG didn't sell as well as they were hoping.
Oh.
I guess because of the cost. Because I mean, I got it on sale and it was $70. So
that's decent. I don't need it because the streaming, both Amazon and Netflix streaming, is the Blu-ray upgrade. So
yeah,
that's fine for me.
I got the Blu-rays just because if anything ever goes cockamamie and I have no internet for a while, I still got my TNG.
That's true. It's been so long since I pulled a DVD off the shelf. There were actual cobwebs on my DVD shelf the other day that I had to wipe away to get a DVD out. I was embarrassed.
It's all right. I was looking at my DVD shelf the other day, and my copy of Atomic Blonde is actually still in the wrapper.
Oh.
I've had it for like a year. A little bit.
Kind of.
Look at the assistant lady back there. That is a guilty face if I ever saw one.
Yeah, what is she even doing there?
That's how faith healers work in the U.S.
Right. Also, how con men work. You create a crisis that you want to solve.
Oh, yeah. The P.T. Barnum theory.
Or you create a crisis, then you swoop in with a solution. And
It's so nice that every Bajoran officer uniform was able to be cut from the same pattern, male and female.
I know it's kind of weird how they wanted to use those on starships eventually too, because Voyager wears them all, but it was originally kind of like you wear a jumpsuit if you work on a space station.
Yeah, which kind of makes sense. It's a naval thing. Yeah. Most of the Navy, you wear a jumpsuit in most jobs.
I always thought it was weird though, because this was also the design like for the original cadet uniform. And it's kind of weird, like, okay, we all wear cadet uniforms now. The devil. Nice. My God, Avery Brooks, though. There's an episode where he orders breakfast like a pro. Like, oh my God. The way he orders from the replicator in one episode, I can remember. Amazing.
I want to go back to college just so I could have him come out and do my graduation speech.
Nice.
That would be amazing. Just me. It's just me. But I set up like 200 chairs. Oh, also, well, the owner of a green Hyundai, your lights are on.
Uh-oh. Well, some glancing going on here.
She's like, you had me pretty much commit murder for you.
Okay, well, I guess that didn't work, so I got to kill someone now.
Hey, unsafe. The elevator wasn't done moving. That's not what the sign on the inside says. It says, wait till it comes to a complete stop.
It has no doors to begin with, so, you know.
Such a beautiful set.
Yeah, the work they put into this show.
Well, I like it too because, like you said, you know, this isn't built by the Federation. This is an occupied, for lack of a better word, space station. So I think the set designers and special effects crew and everyone, they did a great job.
Not eavesdropping at all. Don't mind me. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good. They did a great job of, you know, someone took the time to say, hey, this isn't Starfleet. It can't look Starfleet. Right. This has to look like an alien race built it to their code.
Well, when I first heard the concept for the show, and I didn't see that they didn't release a picture of the space station yet, I pictured something that looked like Space Station Regula 1 from The Wrath of Khan.
Oh, yeah.
Only a little bit bigger, maybe, you know, and when I first saw this, I was kind of like, ew, that's kind of ugly, but oh, wait, no, it's kind of cool. You know, it's getting used to it, you know. The fact that it's like 5 miles in diameter is just amazing. You know, it's just huge, bigger than any starbase, but maybe not as big as Space Dock.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's
massive.
It's a legitimate city. Yeah. It's a city in space, yeah.
Thousands of people on board and people coming and going. And I will say one of the faults of the series is that sometimes they show it's like nighttime on the station when things are closed and deserted.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be 24 hours a day.
It'd be Vegas, basically.
Yeah, Vegas.
Everything would just be open.
Shanghai, Singapore, you know, just a trade port.
Yeah.
You know?
It would be
always people coming and going.
Yeah, there's always restaurants, always entertainment, always some sort of life
like
happening.
An international airport. Yeah.
At the very least, the mezzanine. Like there might be other things, like the outer parts of the station might have a cycle, but the mezzanine would always be open.
You mean the promenade?
Promenade.
I understand.
Promenade.
Yes. Oh, now we've linked these two. And then we must accept that I'm going to sacrifice you for my own ends. Ha ha! That's what chicken hawks do.
Yep. Well, that's what the space alien gods want.
That's what the prophets want. Yep. Oh, jeez.
So is it like the more religious you are, the more gems you get on your little thing?
Yeah, I've always wondered about the earring. I know that people can identify people's families by their earrings. I think there's one episode which describes how Bajor used to have a pretty rigid caste system like India does, where you are born into your profession and your station in life. So I bet you the earring also has some kind of significance of identifying that, because it was so rigid that you couldn't even talk outside your caste in public. Some people, the Bajorans really get a little orthodox with that in that one episode.
That's kind of a neat idea. I mean, considering it as expansive of a race or of a universe as they built for Star Trek, it makes sense that there would be a race that like you could look at their medallions or their gems or their tattoos or something and know like that's a ton of information.
Well, it's also as a plot device and development of this race within the show, it causes great conflict because you know what got rid of that? The Cardassian occupation. You know who you have to thank for being able to choose your career now in Bajoran society? The Cardassians.
Which sucks,
major conflict.
yeah.
Kind of like how the British did away with the Indian caste system in India.
Yeah.
You know? Where you had the Brahmin at the top and the untouchables at the bottom. And you couldn't associate with one another in polite society.
And speaking of the last Snark Trek that we filmed, I just had to bring it up. You were talking about the obligatory reused ship, but that was the ship that was just
that's
docking.
Also, every Bajoran ship is that one shuttle that ship manufacturer. Man, they got it's like the K car of the 24th century. You just accessorize the heck out of it and sell a bunch of them.
It's the GE every ship.
Yeah. 1A 2B 3 000 destruct 0. The farce failed. Looks like an escape route.
The promenade is full of anomalous readings.
Someone in the Klingon restaurant has really bad gas right now.
The hot dogs are not real beef.
Well, Odo wouldn't do that.
So since they got access to the file now, can't they erase the sequence so that person just runs into a force field?
Yeah, or even disintegrates into a force field. Like, screw you. Of course, Odo's too busy with crowd control to know that someone's messing in his office.
Yep. You know, Odo also, I think, would make a great bodyguard because he could just turn into a big goo bubble to cover someone.
Yeah. He could turn into any material, so he would just turn into duranium or titanium or something. Maybe get a little singe, like, ouch, though. But, you know. Oh, why are you being so nice to me? I hate your guts. Damn you, Bareil. Why do you have to be as nice and passive-aggressive as me? Stop playing my game.
Also, you have I don't know if it's a noodle or something, in your ear gem. You got like a little...
It's a little extra piece. I've noticed it, yeah.
It doesn't look like a gem. It looks like food, someone's hair. I don't know.
Yeah, see, she's a poor girl. She's got like just one little chain and nothing in between it.
Yeah.
In her ear. She's probably from a farm somewhere.
Do you think you could get like at tourist shops and stuff, you can get gems like you do with like charm bracelets? So you could have like Hello Kitty and stuff on there.
Oh, they've got it at Star Trek souvenir shops. They've got to sell Bajoran earrings somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Maybe on Etsy? Redbubble?
I love how there's just a picture of a Ferengi because everyone knows they did something to get on the security panel.
He's the security guy, so he's got to the screen right. There's a bunch of wanted posters up there. And
wait, no, I didn't.
Connect the dots. Connect the dots, O'Brien.
He's not thinking about that at all. He's like, wait, am I making shepherd's pie tonight?
It's like there's a sale at Sears in the mall here, and everyone's just going in the same direction. No, there's a tube head guy down there. A worm head guy.
Yeah, that's what affecting the code does.
Just, you don't need to search for a weapon. If you know who it is, just find her.
Yeah.
Locate her and transport her the hell out of there.
I think there might be an assassination attempt.
Find Neela and shoot her. Do it now.
You know, you could clear up a lot of this just by going, gun! Everyone would hit the ground.
How about computer, locate crewman Neela.
Yeah.
Beam her to the brig.
Beautiful shot, though, with the slow-mo. I have to say, this is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it reminds me of Taxi Driver when he approaches the Palatine rally, but then gets chased away.
And what else has she been in? I swear I've seen her before.
Oh, I'm sure. You know, Star Trek, within Star Trek, they bring back regular actors every once in a while.
That's
for
true.
Guest spots and aliens of the week. Like, try not to make it so obvious, lady.
No.
Out of my way. Nice shot.
Who bumped me?
Ah!
That was a hell of a jump. I mean, he got some air with that. He was aiming for her head.
Jordan action going on.
Okay, now if I ever get in trouble for anything in my life, I'm just going to start screaming that.
What's everybody looking at me for? I had absolutely nothing to do with this. Nope, I'm just going to slink away. Oh, Kira figured it out. See, now her beliefs are challenged. Character development. What the concept?
Do you think they designed that hat for her to channel airflow down because she's so hot-headed?
Oh,
Heyo.
she needs to vent.
Ha.
First, her whole wardrobe and color scheme changes when she's eventually elected Kai later in the show. She wears this gold, like she's the super rich pope.
Yeah, she
wears this gold-plated suit, gold fabric, whatever. Poor Kira, she doesn't know what to believe now.
Not funny, that's my religion.
Yeah.
Remember later on in the series when she got flipped to the opposite dimension on the Deep Space Nine station and her twin in another dimension wanted to have sex with her?
Her twin wanted to have sex with everybody. She was like, yeah.
But
they had some fun with that character.
but that's what I'm saying is like her other character was such a fetish nymphomaniac that when she saw herself from another dimension, she's like, oh, that's my ultimate conquest right there.
Yeah. She wanted to bang Cisco. I think she even came on to mirror Jennifer, too.
Pretty much anything that had a heartbeat and wasn't covered in some sort of caustic acid.
Yeah. I also like Mirror Worf from that series of episodes where he's just a ruthless dictator.
Yeah. I would love if there was a Mirror Worf in another dimension who's just a softie, loves kittens.
How do you know regular Worf doesn't like kittens?
That's true. He could have like a secret like super soft side where he's like...
Actually, there was an episode where he has to babysit Spot and he just holds him out like at arm's length, like you better not scratch me.
I would love Data came back and Worf is like in a corner with his batleth screaming and Spot's like in the middle of the room.
Take the animal away from me.
It is the devil.
It's a warrior. All right, so hey, great episode of Deep Space Nine there.
Yeah.
Really setting up because the first 3 episodes of the second season, you get right into we're almost at the brink of civil war, and Starfleet has to evacuate the station, and that's how effing serious this show is about politics, and I love it.
Yeah. And for more commentary tracks about Star Trek in general, Deep Space Nine, and Star Trek First Series, TNG, heck, we'll probably hit a couple movies here in the future. Check us out on YouTube at Ship on Fire Entertainment, as well as, hit us up on Facebook.
Facebook.com/ShipOnFire. Type that into your web browser and go to our web zone for more content.
And click the crap out of that subscribe button. Like click it 10 times because that's an even number. So at the end of the 10, you'll still have subscribed and not unsubscribed. Anyway,